Okay, so how do you get better at trading? Is to look at people that are selling courses, and this one goes out to Jason Greystone, who's criticized me for commenting on videos here, and I see Jason Stapleton has turned off his comments, disabled comments in his videos, and that's understandable. Now, both Jason Stapleton and I'd say even Jason Greystone and Akel Stokes are all probably not bank robbers and serial killers. And like I said before, that's not the best mindset for trading this stuff. Now, the conventional trading style, textbook trading and breakouts, and it's funny in this video here that Akel actually says, well, I used to trade breakouts like stuff, and he got in an amazing entry here. The only problem for me is he got in one position again. Again, one position. With all the work that these guys do with fibs and oh God, they got the fib thing going, they got the, what is it? All this stuff, all this work they put in. And they got the harmonics and the buzz and the bish. Why not split your ticket? At least split your ticket. I'm not asking that you trade 5 positions or 3. How about just 2? So there's somebody watched a video earlier and had a comment, so he's going to reference this comment, this question that the viewer had about why don't you just get out of that trade up here, because obviously the ride's over. I think we can all see that. And another thing is that this Akel or Keel had bought into the, so he bought right here, right? And what my question is, why didn't you have a buy limit here where everybody has their stops to pick up this ticket? Just like here, if you think this is an uptrend, which obviously right after this it's in an uptrend, why isn't your buy limit here? Why isn't your buy limit here right at the trap where they're going to try to trap? Same thing here. Why isn't your sell limit here to trade it to here to here? Now this is a 1 hour chart, mind you. This is 20 hours of creeper gear trend up. Yes, if you would have bought on the breakout of this doji, and with your stop here, you made money on that trade. So there are people making money on that, right? There are people making money on buying the stop out here. This is support. This is the lowest risk entry. Now he gets in here, and his I don't know what the sell stop is. I guess he moved his. He's in profits, so he moved this thing to break even. Now, what the viewer is asking on the previous video and this previous kind of pattern is, why the hell did you get out here? Well, yeah, after 2 hours of sheer up, why didn't you get the hell out? Okay, well, here's going to be his explanation, and here is the caller. There's a caller. I feel like I was stuck on Phil Donahue. Is the caller there? Okay, is the caller there?
Market still has room to move. If we look at our previous breakout above this level, let me move this up a little bit. We can easily get a move right back down to this level. You can see structure here a couple places, and then a continuation to the upside. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to sabotage my chances of getting full targets or full profits hit on this trade, because
To me, this comes down to all or nothing, black and white, my full target, blah, blah, blah. Listen. If you got in here, this is just greed. I just look at this as greed. If you got in here, I don't see his initial stop, but if you got in here and you're here, what is this ratio? 5 to 1? Get out. If it's really that good a trade, you can get back in here. If it's really that, it's amazing that anybody on a 1 hour chart would endure this much of a lack of just taking your profit. His final target's here. I guess I don't have the patience or the gall to just stand in front, just like this move here. Who the hell can't see they've trapped these guys? Who's not taking profits here? You could say, well, my real target's here, or my real target's here. Okay, if you can trade like that, you could probably babysit probably an orphanage of children that were all autistic, and you're just simply a saint. You shouldn't even. I mean, it's incredible, right? But well, why would you just take chunks out of the market along the way? Well, the only reason you wouldn't, because everything this guy does is one trick pony, one ticket. He has this goal. But I would say to anybody that's trying to sign up for this guy is, if he's not teaching you how to, and it's so cute because they have this video, watch into the gray. Well, guess what? The gray would be taking off half the position, reloading, back and forth. You know, get in sync with the market. Dance with the market. Don't stand there like a rigid bozo saying, well, this was my target. There's not. This guy's missed his target by 1 pip. Market slams back to break even. Here he's actually going to make money because he did something he's been doing when he started out trading, which is he gets in here for the breakout. Or whatever broke out he traded. I don't know. I don't know how he initiated this. He didn't say, but
scared. And I mentioned that in a video in the past, and I got a comment underneath the video. I don't remember the comment. What I want to do is I don't want to sabotage my chances of getting full targets.
He doesn't want to sabotage his chances. And it's a game of chance, right?
Or full profits hit on this.
Full profits. So this is all or nothing thinking.
Trade because I'm scared. And
He's scared. Well, why would you be scared? I mean, where's the fear coming from? I have a lot of fear right here that, gee, I think the ride's over. 2 hours cleanup like that? How often do you see that on this chart? And for the people that like to, like him, come back and say, well, look at this, what it did here. Yeah, 3 hours cleanup, 4 hours cleanup, right into a target. Who's not getting the hell out? You could say, well, I got in here, I moved to stop the break even, wah, wah, wah. This is why trading is difficult, especially if you are trading one position.
I mentioned that in a video in the past, and I got a comment underneath the video. I don't remember the comment by heart, but the trader was saying, well, I would have taken profits out right before it reversed. And
absolutely, duh. And maybe he took off 10% of the position, something.
You know, I think it's dumb to hold your position on and shoot for target.
It is dumb. It's dumb to hold one position. Now, this really comes down to position sizing. If you bought 20 standard lots here and you've only got $2,000 in your account and you're right at the edge of your margin, you get out here. I can understand if you're in a 1K and you got $100,000 in your account like this guy. Apparently that's how he's trading. He never says what size he's trading. He never says what percentage of the account he's doing on one trade. And these guys' performance is mediocre at best. So that goes to show you, I don't think you ever want to sign up for him. But you know, what are you going to do? You know, people are selling sugar water out there with carbonation, and they're making a mint.
Targets when you could have made this much or that much. And one of the things you got to realize, gang, is that we don't know that a market's going to reverse until
we don't know the market's going to.
What? We don't know that a market's going to reverse until it reverses. And shoot for targets when you could have made this much or that much. And one of the things you got to realize, gang, is that we don't know that a market's going to reverse until what? We don't know that a market's going to reverse until it reverses. And one of the worst things that we can do is
we don't know a market's going to go up till it goes up. Why is he, and why is, well, I'm just going to blame him because he's the one speaking right now. Where did this come from? That we don't know how do we know? Well, how do we know anything until it happens? So why can't we use the same gauge of, well, we don't know it's going to go up till it goes up. We don't know it's going to reverse till it reverses. Why is this, is it mutually exclusive? Why are we excluding that same logic from the inverted. You got to flip this stuff over. Ayn Rand did that really well. You flip it over, flip it backwards. Ask yourself the inversion, and if the inversion should be true.
Sabotage our system out of fear. Let's just say.
Well, you got to rebuild your system. I could never trade like this guy, and I don't know who does. And there's no professional in the world that trades one position. I mean, just unless he's trading like, who's stepping away from these giant profits?
I get scared. Oh, the market came within 20 pips of my target. It turns around. Oh no!
Listen, I did this trade years ago, and I moved my stop and just kept trailing it. I'll tell you what. It was ridiculous. I spent so much time in that trade. I could have just got out, reloaded the wagon, could have just got out, walked away.
Got to get out at market right now, and I lock in 70 pips or so. Well, what happens if the market rolls up here?
Well, 70 pips might be a lot of money, depending how big that one ticket is.
What happens if the market does roll up? Let's go back to the 4-hour chart and hit my initial target level. Well, then I'm out of luck, and I left about I left almost another 100 pips on the table.
Yeah, fear of leaving money on the table. It's all about fear. And sure, if this is your final target now, why is he on the 1-hour chart when the 4-hour chart? If you're a 4-hour chart trader, trade on the 4-hour chart. If you drop to these other time frames, the first thing is going to come to your mind, like the caller said. Is the caller there? He said, why don't you just get out? Well, of course, when you see that. But on here, it makes sense that, listen, you're a swing trader, you're a long-term guy, 4 hours. I don't care about a 20-hour pullback. I don't care about 8-hour pullback. I'm going to stick in there. I'm going to hold in there. I'm going to let it go. I'm not in that big, right? And you're also getting a reversal here in the, I know he doesn't understand our side, but see this more oversold, higher price, right? Compared to that, you can kind of, oops, it's painting with a broad brush there. Can't really see it, but if you notice this point here, and this is closed to here, this is why he's got to get rid of these stupid candles. You can't see it, but this doji here is the pullback that corresponds to that. So more oversold, higher price. These are buy signals, This is a 7-period RSI. See this low here corresponds to this cluster. More oversold, slightly, not really a reversal there. Here's a good sell example. More overbought, price is lower here than here. No, that's not a good example. Here, once you're oversold, see this subtle thing? More overbought, lower price. That's the and here's a classic. More oversold here than here. So here's the reversal. You could also draw a trend line on our side. You have this nice wedge here. You have this top become a bottom. Boom. 4-hour chart. Here's your entry. Here's your trap. Here's your revisit of the apex of the triangle. Boom. You're in. Here is the big resistance we're looking to get through, but look at the come back to this area. Come back to here. Here is the stop out. Everybody's moving averages, well, people that run moving averages, and if they've got them tight, of course, if they've got the 200 moving average, they think it's in a downtrend and they're selling into this, getting their ass kicked. But comes back to here, they're getting in, right? This is child's play. Come on, that's going to, that if it comes back here, you want to buy, right? It's just simple stuff. But notice he's still afraid. I mean, or he's lazy. He's just plain out lazy. And if you're trading, you just can't do it like that. I don't know why people think trading's different than owning a shoe store. Do you sell one size shoe? I'm just hoping for tall people. There actually was a store called Big and Tall. I mean, it was for big bruiser people, and they specialize in closing. Like, I remember my first wife, I went into the store for Christmas. I wanted to go get her something, so I went to the mall and I had money, and I was so excited. I went to this place called Lane Bryant, and I walk in there. I didn't know anything about women's sizes and clothing because I usually don't go Bruce Jenner. So I was like, what in the hell? Like size 42, I thought, well, that's like a guy's, And this was just for big, giant women, Lane Bryant, and obese, right? Big boned. And so I just was in there going, yeah, I like the way that looks. I'll take one of those. And the lady's like, how tall is your wife? Well, she weighs about 120 pounds. Ooh, wrong store. Sorry. Yeah, that can go terribly wrong when you're in the wrong sizing, and that's the same thing I think in the market. The wrong size, right? You don't want to be in too tight of a stop, in too big a position. Well, big position, tight stop, small position, wide stop, to keep your percentage of risk in sync with your your account or your amount of fear. If the fear is in the background, like you don't have a fear of getting hit by lightning typically on a sunny day, and if you have that amount of fear, you're good to go.
And if I consistently do this, I'm going to consistently mess up my risk reward. Again,
well, the risk reward thing, he's so overly focused on that because he has to be. He's in one position. He's all just crapping his pants over that. He just needs to buy some Depends on that one.
Initially, our trade had a risk reward that looked like this. Stops
Holy
for
God
below
in
here.
heaven. Now, look at this initial risk reward he had. Can he see, am I the only one that can see that if you would have taken the extra effort, and you put all that effort into this tool and this thing and that on the 4-hour chart, the buy limits here, getting out here, then 80% of this thing is this. Why doesn't he have a trade plan for that? Look at them nick that wick and pull that puppy back. Come on, man. This ratio, are you serious? It's not bad, but why isn't it like, I risked this much and I made this much? I risked this much and I made this much. I sold here on this fake breakout and I made this much. I bought here and I made this much. My stop was like this in the initial stop, and I wrote it up. Talk about discipline and patience. My God, you got in with a stop like that, and if your ratio is like his ratio is here, hello? I mean, even Jason Greystone could figure that out. Like, wait a second, what's a better ratio? I sell here, I put a stop in here, and I get out here, or do I sell here and get out here? And look at my ratio. This is garbage. You're going to get stopped out so many times, you can't afford to have one position for this. What if you take out one of these has a stop here, it gets out here, right? One has a stop here and it gets out here, like this clunky goofball. These guys are just, everything Stapleton taught Greystone and Stokes, these guys just don't have any chops. It's like I taught them how to play guitar. Next thing you know, they're copying every song I wrote. They don't even know another chord. They haven't thought, well, what if I put my finger here? Maybe that's a good sounding chord. Maybe if I move my pinky over here, oh, look it. And maybe you don't even know the name of that chord. Maybe it's a 9th, 11th, and augmented 15th Dorian mode, catawampus. It sounds gorgeous, right? You know what? Go with it. I mean, have some fun. This strictness of I'm a serious trader and I'm like, oh, Jesus. This is stuff that's just killing the creativity of what you could possibly do trading. There's so many juicy entries out there. Nobody is where are the people talking about this stuff? And no mention of volatility ever with these guys. Do they not understand that this move here, who cannot see? This is quiet. This is loud. I mean, what? Is this a lot of money or what? Is there a batwing in there? Sure, if you really force it. There's forcing a trade and there's forcing analysis. But these people are all amateurs, and they're selling courses, and I mean, it's just a gold mine for them. They don't have to trade anymore. They're teaching garbage. It's hysterical. It really bothers me. Or I wouldn't bitch about it. It's just, you just got to get in touch with, even if you got to get in touch with your fears. Even if you started buying here on limits, you're up on that trade, right? Presupposing you're trading small enough you can handle the punishment of the market coming down in here. Maybe you bought every handle on the way down into that, and you accumulated like a real banker. Be your own banker, like this Greg Manarino. Be your own banker. Well, yeah, moron. You think a bank gets in on one ticket? And this whole thing, I mean, I'm just going to rant now. I've been watching all this YouTube garbage, all these losers, all this loser psychology of like, well, there's chemtrails. I mean, really? Come on. Dude, you're in charge of your own life. Don't sit back and blame like, well, it's all rigged, it's manipulated. It's just not fair. Well, no, it's not fair because every day you got to go to sleep. Like, if you really love life, you still got to take a break and take a nap, right? You're not in control of your life. In the standpoint of your heart's beating, and you hold your breath, you're going to pass out and wake up alive, right? So you're in this thing, whether you like it or not, unless you kill yourself. Pretty hard to do. So, yeah, but it's a bunch of compromises. Why is it that people are taking this all or nothing approach, this black and white thinking? I got an argument with some bozo that claimed there was something called black and white philosophy. I'm like, there's no such thing. And then he said, well, there is, but there's no books written on it. Where are these people coming from? I mean, if it wasn't for the robots being programmed by intelligent people that were riding along on this thing, I guess there's a little bit of... They've dumbed down... Like, my car is so old now, and I can't find anybody to fix it because everybody's like, well, I don't know, it looks like a lot of work. I'm like, yeah, work is work. Hello. Trading looks like a lot of work. You mean you got to put more than one order in there? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you really want to treat it like a business, and people say, oh, trading's a business and blah, 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 and you hear all this fluff and all this garbage, but guess what? When it comes down to these guys showing these videos, do they talk about that? Do they even mention it? Do they hint at it? Fuck no. They just give me goddamn intellectual frustration, and maybe I have to just start drinking and dumb myself down so I can just be like, yeah, this sounds good to me. And, the amount of trust that people have in attractive people that have a somewhat affordable course, and they seem to be like moral, so they're like moral, attractive people. You trust them, especially if they're going to do brain surgery on you. But these traders, I mean, what? I'm still waiting for that guy that's like, well, here's what you do, because I've seen a couple, and I posted the auction trader guy. These are auction markets. You can't blame this on algorithmic. It's all rigged. It's all programmed. Oh my God! Do you really think that this sell-off here? I just watched this guy out of Canada. This guy, he's like, oh, this is algorithmic trading. This is just not. Yeah, listen, there's stops stacking up here. There's human stops. There's robot stops, and all the robots have been programmed by people. So wouldn't you know it? The market it's not. The markets have not changed one bit, and there's still free markets. These are not rigged markets. These are not manipulated markets. If you call trading manipulation, that's what it is. It's a trading. Stop it with the clickbait, the conspiracy stuff. God, give us a break, man. Is all the content on YouTube just cats and conspiracies? Apparently it is, right? Just get used to it, right? Oh boy, I don't know.
Targets are up here. You can see if I do that consistently, it's about a 2-to-1. If I do that consistently, I put myself in an opportunity where I don't have to win that much to make profit.
Oh my God, man, I don't have to win that much to. How often is one of these poor slobs that signs up for this course? If he trades like this, I did one trade last week and it worked out, and then, yeah, I'm kind of underwater. Yeah, you're going to make about 10% a month, which is supposedly killing in those markets. That's garbage. You should be making 100% a month. And that's if you're not even a day trader. I'll show you later in my free course how to get in on those trades. Well, of course. I'll show you. If this was a daily chart, do you want to have your order down on the wicks? Yes, because your ratios are like, how about 20 to 1? Forget this. Look at this ratio here. Oh my God, this is high risk trading.
If I consistently take my targets early, let's say, right here at market, well, now I've got to have a much higher.
Dude, he didn't say get out there. The guy that was doing the questionnaire, see, now he's lying. Or he's dumb. The guy said, get the hell out here. I agree, get the hell out here. The caller was right. That's right, the caller was right. And Ackles, or Keel, he's lazy. He's damn lazy.
Higher win percentage on average.
Don't forget he's in real estate deals, and this is just, he makes money off of the syndicate, the war room, the massage.
In order to see the same type of result. And I don't want to sabotage that. I forgot what video it was, but it was a few weekend review videos ago where I talked about sabotaging your trade. I think it's called taking profits too early.
You're sabotaging my brain right here, buddy. That's why I do these videos. And this Greystone goof who commented on my video and then he ripped it down after he blasted me for all this stuff, and then he deleted his comments. What a wimp. What a complete putzarama.
Really. And actually, this reminds me of an email as well. Let me pause the tape real quick and see if I can find this. It was an email from a trader. It was a trader coming through the 12-week transformation course, and it just kind of clicked for him about he's been doing his back testing, and the light bulb kind of went off on the reality of how we should approach trading. Give me a second. I'll do some editing magic here. All right, so I took a screenshot of the email, and again, this is from a trader that's going through the training course. He's been back testing for about 5 months now, and finally starting to see the power of what he's coming up with. And he says, there are a few things I have learned during this long back testing. 2 of the most important are, 1, I have trained my mental toughness. It takes a lot of willpower to do back testing for 5 months straight when you are a new beginner. There are countless times that I have fallen asleep while back testing, only to wake up, go to the bathroom, splash cold water on my face, and then continue back testing. 2, let's put it like this. Today, if someone would show me a profitable strategy, I would not trade it without back testing first. I want to see the positive expectancy with my own eyes first.
I'd want to see the damn entries and exits. Why do you have to back test this? Can't you just look at the chart? Come on, seriously? You can't just look at this chart and see the trades you missed? What kind of back testing does it take to see the entries here? The most profitable low-risk entries is at the edge of the market. Okay? Resistance. Support. You're buying here. You're selling here. What the hell is wrong with this guy? People think because these are markets, there's this whole, it's almost like playing guitar. When I was like, I think I was 5 years old and I started playing, my parents had a spin-it piano. So I started playing it and I thought, man, I'm going to play this thing. First thing my parents said, son, you need to take lessons. No, I didn't. I knew how to play the piano. If they just let me keep playing, I'd be an amazing piano player right now. But what they did to me is they said, "Oh no." Now, what I would love to do is take a human being and say, I give them some pending orders and go, here, place these on the chart. This is what you're risking, $3, you're risking $10 on these orders. Place them out there. Where would be a good place to get in? Just go for it. Just go for it. Because if you overthink this stuff, you're going to start getting scared, thinking, I don't even know anything about this. That's even better. Forget this. Oh, you got to take. Well, this. Let me tell you something. No, just start trading this crap. Who do you think trained the best traders in the world? Nobody. They found out what worked. They did it. This leaning on these bozos who sell these courses that just... I can't take it. I just can't take it. Think about it. Just think about what really works, and just... If you've got the guts to jump on this train as it's going up, go for it. Whatever fits your personality, you have to trade your personality. That's what I'm trying to say. This guy's personality, he's a do-gooder textbook trader. He's never going to make a living trading. Okay? He's got to have so much money in his account. He's already admitted, you got to have like $500,000 in your account. Yeah, because when he goes into a bad trading season, when his trades suck, and these guys, and this goes out to Greystone and Stokes and Stapleton. Listen, guys, you're saying that these markets have been tough. Last year the markets were tough. Yeah, they were tough because they didn't fit your stupid harmonics. They didn't fit your dumbass view of the market. Okay, listen, you're not able to adapt to market conditions. I got it. It's like saying, well, you know, golfing last year was tough. We were out on the fairway and it started raining. Yeah, because you scheduled tee time for a rainy day. The fact that you went out and played in the rain doesn't mean doesn't mean that your golf game sucks. It means you just like, right? You're trying to make the market fit your trading style. The market doesn't care what your trading style is. You have to adapt to it. If the market's plunging like a whore, if you don't have a game for that, then you step aside. You don't trade it with your stupid ass, well, we have a harmonic pattern. I'm getting in. I'm a disciplined trader. I have targets. I'm consistent. You're a consistent moron. You're consistently ignoring reality. Okay, being consistent in and of itself is so stupid of a thought. You just really? Is this where we're going? Is this the logic thread? Oh man, for God's sakes, I can't take it. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in to my rant. And yeah, hey Jason, don't forget to blast me on my site. And that's both Jasons. That's kind of funny. I'm waiting for the guy with the hockey mask to show up. That's the Jason I'm looking for.